quietly while my YouTube video is uploading? Because if so, that's great. Yeah, I have no drop frames. It seems like we're fine. Okay. Hopping on Twitch to stream the remaining 2 hours of Deltarune Chapter 3. Time to face off against the Roaring Knight. Live now. I'll share the link. And get that ready. Doesn't seem to be impacting the stream, so that's good. And then we're going to pull up Festivals in Chapter 3. Everyone will encounter the Roaring Knight. Okay, we're gonna try and beat the Roaring Knight tonight. Let's see if we are able to pull that off. Hello, Hurricane. How are you doing? Can I beat the Roaring Knight? Genuinely no idea, but let's find out. Hey, Nathling, I'm pretty good today. How am I doing today? What have I done? Hurricane says it's too hot. Shocking European news. Yeah. So what did I do today? I edited and exported and uploaded a new episode of Where Everybody Has Gone Before. You'll be able to see me and Jeffrey talk about Star Trek tomorrow. Recorded an additional episode. Jeffrey's on holiday this week, so we're getting a batch of recordings done in one go. We were recording like 3 episodes this week, and I'm trying to edit them all as we go. I played a bit of Final Fantasy XIV. I played some of the Bubbly Basin DLC for Pokopia. Recorded Polquisition. Dealt with a bunch of emails. What else did I do? I can finally announce that I'm doing more mock review work for a new client, Pad and Pixels, who are a company I've previously done. They're who I usually do Gamescom coverage for. So the last couple of years that I've gone and covered stuff from Gamescom, that's been because Pad and Pixels have sent me out. They're bringing me on to be part of their pool of mock reviewers, which is pretty cool. Had a very good recording of Pogposition today. And then got ready to maybe go get a tattoo done tomorrow. So, like, I'm having a good day today. Today has been a good day. Hey, everyone. Hey, Gumba Master. Hey, Echo. Hello. I am, like, level 7 in Final Fantasy XIV. I broke some rocks with my big axe yesterday. I'm still firmly in Tutorial Town, but, like, I'm playing it. I'm progressing. Hey Tara. Right. So, I want to try and beat the Roaring Knight today. For outstanding kindness and braveness, the lightness have won the grand prize. Here we go. Hey, NK-Man. Here you go. She's all yours, folks. How wonderful. The family's all together again. Now you can all finally... Yikes. You did get to the stream just in time. I wanted to start the stream earlier, but I needed to finish exporting Where Everybody Has Gone Before first. If you don't tell us who you are, then... such an interesting design. Definitely seems to have antlers. The spiked shoulders are interesting. Like hell we're letting you take her. Chris, Rousey, come on. Echo says, I'm about to get my 5th level 100 character in Final Fantasy XIV, which will let me do a secret side quest to unlock a JoJo poser mode. It sounds like a ridiculous game. We'll see how I get on with it. I will note, the opening hours of Final Fantasy XIV are a little slow. Natalie says, I just wanted to say that where everybody has gone before is interesting for people who don't really have a relationship with Star Trek. I've heard that from a few people. Fox from Fix Your Heart or Die has been listening, and he's not a person who watches Star Trek, but has been enjoying our deep dive discussions on Star Trek episodes. I like to think we use enough clips of episodes to sort of go, hey, if this is your first introduction to this episode, you're like, wait, we're illustrating it as we go. But we're also making it be like, hey, if you want to use this as like a book club to get into Star Trek, it's a place you can start. Yeah, I started Final Fantasy XIV because it is on Switch 2. So I'm currently playing it on Switch 2. Yeah. I apologize in advance, Echo. Polquisition tomorrow is largely me talking about how really slow the start of Final Fantasy XIV is. I do put the question out on the podcast tomorrow. How long does it take before it gets going? Because it's real slow. Okay, I feel no shame in this. I'm going to read some tips and tricks on how to beat the Roaring Knight, because I want to beat the Roaring Knight rather than simply lose this fight and progress. And I genuinely don't remember if I've beaten the Roaring Knight before or not, so I'm gonna read up on some tips. Let's see. If you have the Shadow Mantle from completing all versions of the Sword game, which I did, whoever you've equipped it to will take significantly reduced damage from the Roaring Knight. Maybe I should have equipped it to Rousey specifically so that our healer had the big defense boost, but we saved after fighting and defeating Tenna, so we can easily retry the fight. Bring all of the revive items you have, since Susie and Rousey can be taken to minus 1,000 HP. Oh god, okay. I might need to, if I fail this first attempt, go buy a bunch of revival items. Chris can hold breath, which speeds up your soul to dodge attacks. You only need to do this once, and it will apply for the rest of the battle. Susie and her Rude Buster is your best damage. Chris and Rousey should be feeding her as much TP as possible, so that you can Rude Buster every turn. Okay, so I should be physically attacking rather than trying to do act on the knight, because the only act action I have is hold breath. Yeah, significantly reduced damage is still kicking my ass, I know. So, spam Rude Buster, turn on simplified effects in the options to see and dodge the attacks a little better. Interesting. You only need to drop the knight's HP below 80%, e.g. deal 1460 damage and survive for 2 to 3 turns to win. Attack when its guard is down to end the fight immediately. Okay. Do you have a TP max? I don't believe I do, so we're gonna go for this. We are simply going to defend and defend to get some TP up. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. NK Man, I'm literally level 7 in Final Fantasy XIV. The most recent guild quest I had for the barbarian with the big two-handed axe was go break some rocks outside of town. If that tells you roughly where I'm at. You felt something hovering close behind your head. Okay, so I feel like the best thing to do is Rude Buster the Knight and defend. 90, so I need to do like 15 of those? Yikes. Oh, have I made sure to actually equip a... Because I've been trying to act rather than damage enemies. Oh god, I don't have anything, like, particularly powerful on... I need to give Susie, like, a high damage weapon. Because I've not been equipping her with bothering to equip her with high damage weapons. Fuck. Okay. Okay. Right. Yeah, we ain't winning this first attempt, but, yeah, we're gonna reset this. This is gonna be an interesting stream today. Who's ready for me to get my ass kicked a bunch of times? Okay, where can I get good revival items from, and where can I get a good high attack weapon for Susie? Because I need to be doing more damage per attack with the Root Buster, and I need to be making sure that I can do, like, actual revivals. Okay. Time! It's TV time. I wish there was a way to restart that didn't require hard resetting the game. Okay, let's find a shop. There's an auto reset feature after you complete the chapter. Yeah, but I haven't completed the chapter yet on this playthrough, so on Switch 2, after deleting my save previously to just do a fresh go through. Okay, what do I want to do? I want to... Okay, empty my pockets, see the credits and come back to the night. Yeah, I could, but, and here's the thing, I'm stubborn. Like, I'm diagnosed autistic levels of stubborn. And so while you are correct that that's probably the better way to do it, I won't be doing it that way, because that is not the way I envision doing it in my head, and therefore that becomes the incorrect way to do it, you see. Did you know there's a secret stat called Threat that increases when you delete a save file? Nobody knows what it does. Does that include if I, on Switch, use the system settings to delete my save data overall? I assume not. Where can I buy revival items? Deltarune, where to buy revival items, chapter 3. Can I buy revival items anywhere? You can't buy revivements in chapter 3. You get them using the gacha machine. Okay, only when you were raised in the save menu. Yeah. There's a man behind the tree. I'm aware of the man behind the tree. Deltarune chapter 3 healing item shop. Where is my best place to buy healing items? Green room vending machines. Oh yeah, okay. The green room vending machines. There's a vending machine here, but I don't think it's gonna have. This machine now only accepts dark dollars. What can I buy? Okay, we can buy a couple of these. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna have to buy a bunch of 140 heals and see if I have any revive items in my storage right now. No. Okay. Well, this is gonna be fun. What class have I picked for Final Fantasy XIV? I'm calling it the Barbarian. I don't remember if that's what it's actually called. It's the two-handed axe-wielding class. Did you get the items from the gotcha machine? Apparently not enough of them, but oopsie, that's fine. We'll make this work. Let's go. Let's do this. Actually, yeah, I was going to look at what we have, Susie. I've really not paid attention to Susie's. Gladiator, that's the one. Best attack items, Susie. Deltarune Chapter 3 is... do... Bravex. You can buy some weapons from the vending machine in the down area, below the green room. Below the green room, okay. This one? Toxic Axe would be +6 damage, okay. Okay, we'll buy one of those. That's a better weapon for Susie, at least. As a tank, you'll get fast queues in dungeons. Nice to know. Yeah, our tanks in short supply in 14, are they? Okay, let's give this another go. This is gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. Actually, let's try the other bit of advice that's given, which is simplify VFX. Let's give ourselves a little less to look at and have to try and visually process. Okay, let's try again. I'm pretty sure magic affects root buster damage too, does it? Ah, well. We'll look at that in a minute. Genuinely do not know if I've ever beaten the Roaring Knight. I've beaten all the other secret bosses though, so surely I can do this. Now, apparently in Chapter 3, it does make some of the attack animations a little more simple on the Roaring Knight. Javel Knife is the weapon for the fight. Oh, should it... Is Javel Knife something I could equip? That I could have equipped to Susie? Okay. Let's try. I just want a quick restart. Oh, I hadn't noticed the opening ribcage with the eye in the middle. Oh yeah, I didn't win against Javel with violence, so of course that's not going to be an option, yeah. Okay, that's better. Oh. Okay. Rousey's already down. Let's just simply try and do this with 2 characters. I'm just gonna have to practice this until I get better at these patterns. Well, I'm doing better damage than I was previously. That's progress. Look, I've beaten Sans on genocide mode, like on a genocide run. This is doable. This is fine. This is respectable. This is definitely not gonna make me tear my hair out. Susie and Rouse, they get the -1000 swoon, but Chris gets the regular down. Yeah. I do wonder if that narratively means something, that Chris doesn't get affected by swoon. Is that Chris is resisting the attack more? Is it that the Roaring Knight is pulling their punches a little with Chris? I don't know. Chris kneeled in silence. Okay. Azrael, I think, is a very popular theory on the Roaring Knight, given their prevalence in the story, but absence. Visible absence? But I think that's the same reason that, Des is a very popular pick. Part of me thinks that the Chapter 5 weird route is what leads to the Roaring Knight. No spoilers. Part of me thinks that that's the explanation of the Roaring Knight. But, like, I don't know. I don't know what I think right now. I think that it would be surprising if the antlers weren't in some way relevant. But there's a lot of characters who feel like they could be relevant to this. Okay, I'm getting better at dodging that attack. I'm not great at dodging it, but I'm getting better. I'm not going to worry about winning the fight on this attempt or anything. I'm going to focus on surviving longer each time. Okay, I did better on the second attack. I did way better on attack 2. Way better at dodging the swords. I just gotta keep doing this until I get there. Terra says, I think it's Rudy, because being Carol or Des seems too likely, and I think him turning into this is what's making him sick. Yeah, I do. Look, I don't think it's Carol. I think Des, interesting but kind of obvious. I think Noelle, very interesting. I think Rudy, very interesting. I think Azrael, maybe a little predictable. If I want to do a really goofy suggestion, Papyrus, it's Papyrus. This is why we haven't met Papyrus yet. Papyrus is the Roaring Knight. Troy of Athens, I'm happy to work it out as I go. Because here's the thing, I can logically see how to dodge the attacks. The reason I'm not dodging them very well is I have a coordination disability. It is not that I don't know how to dodge the attacks, it's I need to work out how to get my hands to do what I need them to do. How early do I need to be reacting for my hands to keep up with what I'm trying to do? I wanted to be a character no one's met yet. It's just like, hi, it's me, Knightley McKnightingson. Did you not find the dialogue in? No, it's gonna be Onion. It's gonna be Onion. Onion Knight. Make Onion the Roaring Knight. Marissa, shh, spoilers. I wanted, part of me wants it to be something stupid and meta, like it is the audience, it is the player, it is the player base. It's me, Toby Fox from the hit video game Real Life. It's alright, Marissa, there's no worries. We're doing our best to avoid spoilers for chapters we've not made it to on stream, but I get what you're saying. Okay. Okay, first attack. Not too bad to dodge. Brood Buster. Go. Okay, I'm getting way better at dodging the round 2 swords. This is like the Sans fight. I just gotta do it until I get the muscle memory for it. Defend. Brood Buster. The Knight. Okay, I need to get muscle memory for that 3rd round. Round 2, I'm getting through okay now. I'm doing pretty good at rounds 1 and 2. Urgh. We'll see how long I do this on stream today. There's a possibility that I end up doing this off stream and recording myself, and on Friday's stream, starting the stream with, well, here's the attempt where I did it. When fighting the knight, I didn't get to look at the knight's attack animations. What, you mean the ones that they're doing over on the side of the screen, or the ones that you're dodging? Because I feel like you got to see the ones they're dodging. They look like they're figure skating or dancing. Yeah, interesting. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, we'll see how long we stick with this fight on stream tonight. There's a possibility. I am wearing the Shadow Mantle. Yeah, there's a possibility that actually. If I put the Shadow Mantle on either Susie or Rousey, will it stop them getting hit to minus 1,000? Will it protect them from the minus 1,000-ing? If so, that's maybe worth me considering. But yeah, if I don't end up spending this whole stream on the Roaring Knight attempts and I do some of it offline, what I might do is turn some of this stream into a bit of a grab bag. Here's some of the stuff that came out on Switch 2 this week that I've been playing, jump in and out of some things stream. We shall see. I want to show off my stupid little thing that I've been putting together. So, I talked about a little bit of this before my holiday last week. I won a copy of the My Chemical Romance album Danger Days on cassette tape. I talked about this the other week on stream. I thought that was pretty cool. And I may have then talked about the fact that I found someone that will put modern music onto cassette tape and put the lost, never-released My Chemical Romance album, The Paper Kingdom, on cassette, because that just seemed like a cool, funky thing to own. I now have the ability to put my own music on cassettes, and I'm having fun doing so. The third one I have done is Conventional Weapons, the My Chemical Romance album that never got a physical release, that was less an album and more like 16, was it? On how many tracks was it? 10. It was 10 unreleased tracks that they sort of bundled together. Put that on cassette, so I now have the 2 never physically released MCR albums on cassette tape, and that's a really silly thing that is bringing me some joy. How am I finding Final Fantasy XIV's performance on Switch 2? Pretty good. The loading times are sometimes a little slow here and there in certain scene transitions, but it runs at a stable frame rate and looks pretty good. Yeah, there's no world in which I need to own cassette tapes, but there's something very nostalgic about, like, something like this was the first way I ever got to select my own music I wanted to listen to and control my own music choices. And as a result, I have a lot of nostalgia for music on cassette. Rude Buster! Gumba says, thanks to the AI chip crisis, we might all have to go back to analog tech. It's nice going back to having to think selectively about what music you include on a thing. Because, like, you know, in the era of streaming music and terabytes of phone storage, it's really easy to just put every song you've ever liked in one big playlist and shuffle them and whatever. But the thing that's been kind of nice and meditative about this process is being kind of deliberate about, like, if I'm going to listen to music, I'm going to listen to a specific thing. Or, in the case of the Paper Kingdom, there's about 2.5 hours of unreleased MCR music that I have my hands on, and about 90 minutes of space on this tape. Which meant, like, I could get all the core Paper Kingdom tracks on here, but some of the additional music that's not technically part of the Paper Kingdom, that's from that era, I was like, I want to incorporate that in here as well. But I have to be really selective about, like, which tracks I include or not to fit 45 minutes aside. And, like, the act of having to be thoughtful about what music I put on and in what order, because I'm going to be listening to it in a consistent order, and the music that's on there is the music that's on there, was a nice process. It was a nice process going through and, like, crafting a 45-minute per side flow for it. Kind of like that with those old cameras, we had to choose your shot because a film only had, I forget how many photos. I think it was like 24 photos, something like that, on a standard camera film. Yeah, it's nice having to be a bit selective in the way that analog media forces you to be. God says to put the shadow mantle on Susie if you don't have any revive mints. I will take that advice. Give me a sec. I'll give it a try. But yeah, it's been kind of fun to... I'm aware... Verxel says, are you aware of the faster restart for this fight? Do you mean complete the level, complete the chapter, and do the faster reset after you've completed the chapter? Because if so, I'm aware of it. I know I should be doing it, but also I am stubborn. You can blame the being autistic for that. I have a... In my head, the order of things is you do everything in the correct order. You don't go past the thing and then come back to the thing, because that's the wrong order, and that'll make me... it'll put my nervous system in fight or flight response, despite the fact that, like, I'm perfectly fine. Autism is not a rational thing. Yeah, cool. I assume that's what you meant. Yes, I'm aware of it. I know it would be the rational thing to do. I am simply too autistic to do that without going, oh no, my fight or flight system thinks I'm under attack because I did a thing not in the order I planned to do it. How dare I? It's the end of the world. Autism's real fun, guys. I don't know if you've ever considered developing autism. It's so fun, everyone. Also gives more time to chat and read this way. Well, exactly. Here's the thing. This way I get a chance to chat with everyone. We have a lovely time. Okay, magic. No, item. Marissa says, how do I level up my autism? Oh, so give me a second to get through this phase of the fight, and I'll tell you how I leveled up my autism. Aha! Okay, that was a pretty good run. So, do you remember when the COVID vaccine was happening and everyone was getting told, oh, you don't give your kids the COVID vaccine, it's going to make them autistic? Do you remember that being a thing? I was part of a vaccine trial for COVID. I agreed to let them test vaccines on me while they were still working out, is it safe? I love helping science. But it was right around the time that, like, oh, the COVID vaccine's gonna turn you autistic was a thing. So when I got 7 doses of the COVID vaccine, every time I got it, I was like, I'm leveling up the autism, what am I gonna unlock today? Yeah, I got the special experimental COVID vaccines. I got the cool ones. Yeah, Echo says of autism, I have done something slightly differently than I intended to, time to perish. Yeah. So yeah, I have leveled up the autism quite dramatically. What are we doing? We're... Defend, Rude Buster... Heal round, say... Oh, I'm getting better at it. Start in the middle, go left or right to wherever the gap is. Okay. I lost Rouse, but I did way better at that attempt. That was a way better attempt. Something unlocked in me that time. Okay. Okay, what's round 4? Okay. Okay, this one's not too bad. Okay. Let's see what the next attack is. Oh, this is very manageable. Honestly, past the one with the teeth, these all seem pretty manageable. Oh, and are we looping already? Please tell me that's the only attacks I have to be ready for. Oh, okay. Okay, that one gets more difficult, but that was a way better attempt. Oh, we can do extra damage by hitting the attack button when Rude Buster lands. Did not know that, but that's cool to know. Tara says, my big one is when someone says something that is wrong, even if it doesn't matter and I can see what they meant. I have the strong urge to point out that a mistake was made. It's really hard not to. Yeah, the actually autism, I am good at resisting the urge, but I understand the core impulse of the actually. Yeah, there are harder versions of the attacks, but those are the basic attacks. Yeah, okay, that's cool. That is the basic attacks. Or at least for now. Okay. That was a way better attempt. We're making good progress. We did way better that time. If I can get over the teeth hurdle, this is gonna be way better. Did you check out the Fire Emblem Direct yesterday? I did. I apologize for not streaming it. Yesterday was a long day. It was my first day back post-break, and it was a week of socializing, and I came back and was like, I don't have it in me to talk. Here we go. Let's go. Yeah, as lovely as my holiday week was, I spent 5 days of it in someone else's house, and 3-4 days of it in a field with people. At minimum, I was with at least 2 friends, if not up to 6 friends, for an entire week, and that was lovely. But by the Monday morning when we were heading home, I was considerably like, everyone else was packing up from the camping, and I was just sat in the front of the van being like, I'm sorry, I just have to sit here quietly for a minute. I got no people left in the tank. Sorry about this, everyone. I love you all. I got nothing. Gumba says, my autism is like, I'm about to do something, and then when someone tells me to do that thing, I actively decide not to do it because I don't want people to think I did it because they told me to. That's called pathological demand avoidance, and it is pretty heavily comorbid with autism. Pathological demand avoidance is a fun one. Now see, I would pair that with what I think is the funniest autism joke, which is someone asks you to do something, and you say no, and then do it. So like, oh, can you hand me the remote? No. Hand them the remote. Like, there has to be no way you do it instantly. They ask for a thing and they're like, no, and then you do it anyway. To me, that is peak humor. I said I wouldn't do it, but I did it. No one's hurt, but it wasn't what I said. What I said and what I did were different. Ooh, peak humor. Okay, hold breath. Defend. Oh yeah, I was gonna move. I forgot I was gonna move the armor onto Susie. Oopsie. Oh well. Okay. Okay, let's go. Okay, okay. We're up. Oh yeah, no, the peak of that is to... Oh no, yeah, I'm supposed to be pressing the button after I hit with the attack, okay. Okay, that is... Look, I didn't do great at it, but I dodged some of the teeth. I'm getting better. I'm still not 100% consistent there. Okay, this time I'm going to move the armor to Susie, and I'm going to remember to press the button when the thing hits to do more damage. I don't know how much more damage it's going to do, but this is the attempt where I remember those two changes. Yeah, my time in the sunshine was lovely. What did I even do while away? I made a bunch of notes for season 14 of Dice Funk, trying to plan that out. I listened to a bunch of music. I lay in a field, that was nice. There was one point where very late at night, I put my headphones on and I listened to the Paper Kingdom MCR album in really good headphones, lying in the dark on a hill, just looking up at the stars. It was a beautiful time. Okay, yeah, I gotta remember. We're gonna put the Javel's tail on you so that we can put the Shadow Mantle on you. And we're gonna try this with the Shadow Mantle on Susie. Marissa says, what type of trans am I if Roaring Knight is my transition goals? The cool kind. It seems like we probably have a September Nintendo Direct imminently gearing up. We're getting a bunch of news of Nintendo stuff popping up in leaks and rumors pages at the moment. The Switch 2 port of Diablo 4 is apparently getting a September release date. Nintendo has filed some patent registrations that won't be visible for a little while. And it's like, okay, this is probably for the September reveal. Monster Hunter Wilds information is starting to pop up. Spiritfarer getting a Nintendo Switch 2 version's just been rated by the ESRB. Everything is ramping up in the kind of way it does to be like, yeah, there's a direct in about a month, and these are probably some of its announcements, I would imagine. Okay. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay. Okay, okay, that's better dodging. Do this. Oh, I gotta remember to press the attack button with the Root Buster. Press the attack button with the Root Buster. How much extra damage should I be doing by doing it that way? Fuck. Okay, we're just gonna practice. We're just gonna practice these. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I'd successfully done the extra damage or not. If I'm doing about 20 extra damage, if I'm doing, say, 134, I can take it from 12 times I have to do that attack to 9 or 10. I can shave about 2 rounds off of the attack, off of the battle by hitting that extra damage. Okay, okay. Is this time for me to do what we've occasionally done on stream here and put on some motivate us during a boss fight backing music? Are we going to put on some non-Deltarune music to try and hype us through the battle? Yeah, I imagine having the Jevil knife helps, but that's not the way we're playing. We're trying to be pacifist where we can. The sooner it ends, the better, because the attacks get harder the longer it lasts. Yeah, that is always the thing. It's the thing that I was very conscious of in the Sans fight, is you want to minimize the number of turns you are sticking around in that fight if you possibly can. Hi, Alamui. Alamui? Alamui. Okay. Let's go. Natalie says, I fumbled my phone and then I couldn't understand why you were suddenly a sloth and accidentally switched streams. Alamui says, this is my first time playing Deltarune. No, but this is my first time taking it slow. So, short version. I played through chapters 1 and 2 when they released. Chapters 3 and 4 I really rushed through because they came out on the same launch day as the Switch 2, and I had a bunch of, like, paid work assignments doing coverage of Switch 2 launch titles. So I, like, rushed through them and really didn't pay attention to chapters 3 and 4 because I was just, like, trying to complete them as quick as I could to avoid major spoilers. So I really didn't take them on board properly. And chapter 5, I enjoyed, but again, I was so worried about spoilers, I just kind of rushed it. So chapters 3, 4, and 5, this is my first time, like, taking them slow. And this, I believe, might be my first time beating the Roaring Knight. I'll be honest, I didn't look at walkthroughs or anything. I did not realize that the Roaring Knight was defeatable my first time through Chapter 3, so I'm pretty sure this is my first time actually beating the Roaring Knight. Ha! Okay, perfect. I forgot to hit the button, that's fine. Okay, I avoided most of the damage. Okay, okay. I did way better that time on not taking massive damage. Susie is still up. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. I lost Rouse, which ain't great, but this is longer than I've had Susie alive for before, so we're gonna go with it. We're gonna roll with it. I'm gonna say this is my best attempt yet. Okay, okay. I think I only won against the Knight because Toby's games have the mechanic that the bosses do less damage if you lose often enough. Pretty sure it doesn't apply to the Knight. Well, it's not going to apply to me because I keep resetting my game, so, I'm not going to get that bonus, I don't think. Unless it's secretly keeping track of my number of attempts even though I'm resetting. Okay, okay, I need to be remembering to actually hit that button. Okay, okay. That was way better than I've done previously. I gotta get better at the second round of the teeth one where we're swapping sides. But I'm getting better. I'm getting way better. We're getting there. That was a solid 5 blasters out of an estimated 10 if I remember to hit the bonus button every time. Honestly, that was pretty alright. Honestly, I don't. Yeah, the teeth one is the one that's gonna take some wrapping my head around. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Honestly, the more I'm doing this, the more I'm going. Yeah, this isn't that bad. I can probably do this. I don't know if I'll get it done in the next 90 minutes that we're on stream, but it's doable. Seems like Delta hasn't ruined you yet. I'm persistent. It's one of the things about being, you know, the autism makes me a bit stubborn. And sure, that does mean watching the lengthy cutscene every time I redo this fight, even though there's probably a better way to do it. But it also means I will fight the same fight over and over and over and over. And over and over and over without getting fed up, because I love me some good repetition. It's why I shiny hunt. I love doing the same thing over and over and over and over, hoping for an occasional different result. Number says we have time. Chapter 6's release isn't until Christmas. Have they said Chapter 6 is coming out this year at Christmas? Is that correct? If so, that is super interesting. Oh, no, okay. Sorry, Gumba, you said it. And when you say a thing about a Toby Fox thing, I assume you know what you're talking about. Oh, it's a joke. Oh, I see. Oh, I just assumed you were telling me a fact about Deltarune I didn't know. Okay, bad start. Okay, we probably should just reset, but let's... Okay, yeah, fuck it. Chapter 6 probably is Noel and Rudy related, but... Yeah, I don't expect it this year. Okay. Let's stop and recenter. We're making silly mistakes that we don't need to be making. It's gonna stop and breathe. Oh, releasing... Honestly, I don't think it's gonna be Chapter 6 that they do that with. For some reason, I think Chapter 7 is going to be on Christmas Day. It's going to be surprise dropped on, quote, December holiday. On the Noel December holiday. Are you aware of what happens if you keep losing to the night instead of resetting? I am, I believe, I think, but also... I won't beat it, though. I want to win. I want to win. I want to do it. Here we go, here we go. Okay, let's breathe, let's mentally reset. Oh, wild thing that's happened in the UK that we talk about a bit on Competition tomorrow. Xbox consoles have had a big price increase in the UK and Europe, to the point that the Switch 2 is now cheaper than an Xbox Series S. An Xbox Series S now costs more than a Switch 2, despite being a 5-year older system and having about the same graphics, but not being portable. Man, tech prices are getting ridiculous. Okay. Okay, heal up. Ah, I forgot to press the fucking button. I need to remember to press that button. I need to not try and do it the stop-start way for this either. Okay, no, we reset. We reset, we reset. Yeah, if tech prices weren't as ridiculous as they are, I keep looking at the Steam machine and going, honestly, the Steam machine would be really great in my work setup. I would really, really like to incorporate one into my work setup. It would make it way easier to stream PC versions of games in a way that, like, works with my stream setup of here is the streaming machine and here is the separate machine running the games and running the two of them into each other for not overheating PC during stream purposes. But I'm like, I can't justify those fucking prices. And Valve did send me a Steam controller to review. They did not send me the Steam machine, unfortunately. It would have been great if they did. I was crossing my fingers for one. Might send one more email to Valve at some point and be like, hey, I'd really love to do an accessibility review of the Steam machine still, if you can help a gal out. I made my PC in 2019, 2020, and it's still limping along. Doing its best. Yeah, it does sound like the Valve Index is going to be over $1,500, and that's pretty fucking wild. Again, if I would love to review one if Valve would send me one, but go on, Valve, do us a solid. Okay. Let's breathe. I mean, ETH Demon, I've run VR off of this PC before, and it's been fine. And the Index shouldn't need more power inherently than other stuff that I have run off it. But also, like, yeah, but look, this is what I'm saying, ETH Demon, is like, hey, Valve, send me a Steam machine and an Index so I can do a review of the pair of them. Go on. Go on. But also, we do have a different PC in the house that isn't the one I use for work that has a nicer graphics card in it. The PC we have in the living room that is not used for work, that is used for leisure, funnily enough, has a better graphics card in it than my work machine right now. It is a slightly more updated machine. Fuck. That's a choice. That's a choice between, you know, various things. I have a really weird janky work setup. And I'm not the only person in the house with a PC. So look, the reality is I've not had here's the main reason I've not updated my fucking PC in ages is I am terrified of breaking my PC when updating it because I don't know what I'm fucking doing and I'm too fucking clumsy. And I am paranoid that when trying to do a PC upgrade, I will break it in some fundamental way that fucks up my ability to do my work. And I'm like, I can't afford to have downtime where I can't access my PC. How is Gizmo doing? Gizmo's doing great. Gizmo came with us to our friend's place in Brighton for the week that we were there, and then for the few days we were at a festival. I left Gizmo at my mum's. My sisters and my nieces and nephews were visiting. They absolutely fucking loved Gizmo. Gizmo had a quiet room to herself, and the nieces and nephews kept coming in one at a time to very quietly sit and patiently pet the cat. One of my nieces slept in the room with the cat so that the cat wouldn't be lonely at night. It was very sweet. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I gotta reset. Yeah, Gizmo's doing alright. Gizmo does not like being in the travel box. Did not like the travel, but, travel's better than Smudge did. Smudge frequently would throw up in the car. More than once had an anxiety shit in the car. How's the heat wave going? Not too bad today. Yesterday was too hot for my PC to work when trying to record Wegba. Annoyingly. But today's been better. Okay. I'm gonna put the second half of the headphones on. Get the hair tucked behind the headphones so that it's not blowing around in the wind. After this attempt, I'm going to try putting a different soundtrack on. I'm going to put something on to amp me up and set the vibe to get me feeling powerful. What that song will be, I don't yet know. Probably be one of the rotation. No, I wasn't letting the hair blow around for aesthetic reasons. It was just because I prefer how it frames my face when more of it's out here, but it was blowing around in an annoying way, so I'm like, just tuck it back. Let's go, let's go. If I were doing this off stream, I'd be using a hair elastic and just like fully tying it back out the way, out of my face. It's serious gamer time. Okay. Let's think. What tracks are we gonna jump to if we wanna put the soundtrack on? What's gonna power me through? Okay. Come on, Roaring Night. Okay. We're doing the sideways one first this time? Fuck, the sideways one's way harder. Oh, I don't like that we started with the sideways one. I was prepped for the up and down one, but at least I know now that that's an option. Right. What can I stick on to motivate us? Oh, okay, okay. I might stick on some Rise Against for an attempt. Let's go for this. Oh, Rise Against are playing in London in a couple of weeks. Oh, hell yeah. I would love to see them play live. Okay, we're going to take this down. And we're going to stick on this. I'm going to stick something on to hype myself up for a minute. Try and pump myself up for the fight. That we once knew. Before we packed our bags and left all this behind us in the dust. We had a place. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, we can do this. We can kick this thing's ass. Fuck you, Roaring Night. Here we go. Okay. We are the angry and the desperate, the hungry and the cold. We are the ones who kept quiet and always did what we were. Is that a hat on my head? That is my hair. You can kind of see it tucked behind the headphones. And then short on that side. Okay, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Okay. Okay, okay. Two of us are up. Okay. Okay, okay, we're doing alright, we're doing alright. It's not perfect, but we're doing okay. What do we follow this up with? Let's follow this up with something. I want to do at least one attempt where I use external music to try and distract me from doing the overthink squad. What can we do? We could do... Ooh, try Honesty, Billy Talon, that'll do.
Choose to cruise.
That is indeed some bright hair, yeah. It's recently re-dyed. Here we go. Let's stick this on. Okay, let's go. Ah! Ah, we tried. It was going better. Again, it's the tooth one where it it alternates sides that I really fucks with me. We're gonna do at least one more attempt where we put external music on. I think it's helping me to get to not overthink it and to not just keep losing on the first one or two moves, because I'm getting in my own head too much. I'm trying to rush it, I'm overthinking it, and I'm causing myself to make stupid mistakes I know that I don't need to do. What about the Shadow the Hedgehog song you usually play in moments like this? Oh, I'm keeping that in the back pocket, but we might pull out Shadow the Hedgehog in a minute. For anyone who doesn't know, this originates from we were fighting the first boss in Lies of P, and I realized that the vibe of Lies of P is 100% just the opening tune to Shadow the Hedgehog, I Am All of Me. So I played that on loop while trying to beat the first Lies of P boss on stream, and ever since then, it's been, if I'm really struggling with a boss fight, I pull out Shadow the Hedgehog to get us there. Yeah, I remember to do the attack button for the bonus damage that time. I'm doing better when I have... We've talked about the autism, what we haven't talked about is the ADHD, which is me forgetting constantly to hit the extra attack button, getting distracted from focusing as much as I'm supposed to be on the fight. Give me something to run in the background and I'm way less likely to get all ADHD'd. Also, I'm unmedicated today, which ain't helping. Am I a Sonic the Hedgehog fan? I enjoy Sonic the Hedgehog. I wouldn't say I enjoy Sonic the Hedgehog the same level that some of my fellow autistic people do. You know, I have a love of Trains and My Chemical Romance that fills that particular autism hyperfixation slot, but I do enjoy a good Sonic the Hedgehog. For all its flaws, I think it's an endearing series. I have a lot of love for Shadow the Hedgehog, as terrible as it is. It was one of, like, 3 GameCube games I owned when I first picked up a GameCube, and I played the fucking hell out of it. Okay. Okay. We're gonna try it again. We're gonna turn the sound down, and we're gonna pop a tune on, and we're gonna go for it. Here we go.
Well, I tripped, I fell down naked. While I scratched my knees, they bled. So up my eyes need no more. In our game, there is no score.
We're gonna listen to the track though, because it's good. It's a Billy Talent. Fucking love Billy Talent. A band that America doesn't give a shit about, but Canada and the UK fucking love. Okay, we're doing Shadow next. We're pulling Shadow out.
I'm insane, it's your fault, so sly. You're well of
Billy Talent, legitimately one of my favorite bands. Billy Talent, particularly Billy Talent 2 and Billy Talent 3 are like start to finish filled with bangers albums. Like, not a bad track on them. No, no one gives a shit about them in the US. Anytime they play in the UK, they're like, thank you for giving a shit about us, because that's why in Canada no one does, except the UK. Like, they don't even bother touring the US at this point. Like, they don't have enough of a US fan base to justify US touring. But they can justify doing, like, 6 dates in a row in the UK. Okay, we're gonna pop that Shadow the Hedgehog on in a minute. I'm gonna power us through. Forgive me, Father, why should you bother now? Forgive me, Father, why should you bother? You gotta remember to actually dodge these. We need Shadow. We need Shadow's help. We need the help of Shadow the Hedgehog. I am all. I am all of me. We're gonna need it. This is the track that we pull out when times are dire. We pull it up, ready. Oh, that first beat is there. It's nearly ready. If it wouldn't get me absolutely nuked off of Twitch and YouTube, I would totally put the Paper Kingdom on right now as my, like, power me through track. I want to put on Bike Thief. Bike Thief's so fucking good. But I cannot. It is for Das is verboten. The stream will definitely not stay up if I start playing Bike Thief on stream. There we go, I finished uploading where everybody has gone before, and it's been copyright blocked as ever, so I'm going to have to, later tonight, write my little fair use email to Paramount to be like, hello, it's fair use, we're doing a review, transformative, etc. Please let me use clips of Star Trek in this video. Okay. Okay, let's do it. Right, that seems like a Roaring Night soundtrack, right? I see you being a weaver, lying on the wall. Each a million faces, and one by one they fall. Brave-hearted hero, I am all I am, all I am. Here we go, buddy, here we go, buddy, here we go, here we go, buddy, here we go. Go ahead and try and see through me, do it if you dare. One step forward, two steps back now. One step forward, two steps back now. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Can you see all of me? Walk into my mystery. Inside and hold on for dear life. Do you remember me? Capture you and set you free. Ah. Okay. Fucking lost Susie. Ah. Okay, we're gonna do at least one more fight with that track. One sec. Let's pull that back up. Terra says, I associate the song with boss fights in games because of you. I grew up on Nintendo, so I wasn't into Sonic, but I appreciate him as an autistic icon. Yeah, look, I've thought a lot about why Sonic appeals as an autistic icon, and I feel like, and I say this in the most, like, I say this with all the love in the world as a former obsessive of something different. I feel like a lot of the appeal is similar to the appeal that autistic children find in Thomas the Tank Engine. I say that not as a slight in any regard. I'm not trying to say it's childish. I think that it really hits on a comfortable middle ground of, like, very exaggerated facial expressions and voice acting choices with very simple, easy to understand social dynamics. That are it's the reason a lot of autistic people get into anime generally. I think a lot of it is a thing aimed at you know, that is approachable to a child audience but is accessible if you struggle with social cues autistically. Echo says, yeah, not gonna lie, there's been a couple of times where I've been stuck on a boss, I've been like, well, it works for Laura, and slammed on that track. Yeah. There's a few things going on with Sonic that I think help with it appealing to the tism. Right. We're gonna try one more time. Here we go. Right, one more go. And then we'll go back to the actual in-game soundtrack for a bit. On the wall, each a million faces, and one by one they fall. Black-hearted eagle, brave-hearted hero. I am all I am, all I am. I can't do it from the top either. Fuck. Okay, I need to head for the bottom. But I learned a thing. Look, I generally do just listen to the in-game music, but look, when I'm doing it on stream occasionally, I gotta... The ADHD, at the very least, needs to... The autism is very happy to just do the same thing over and over and over again, but occasionally the ADHD needs a little bit of dopamine and novelty, so I gotta I gotta shake it up a little. No idea if I'll manage this tonight, but I've had a couple of good runs. We'll see. We'll see. TV time. Here we go. Oh hey, it's Tenor. We're gonna get the World Grand Prize. Ah, it's gonna be such a happy ending. Yeah. Oh. But that's the other thing. I can't put podcasts on while streaming, which is the other thing I sometimes do during long boss fight stints. Is I'll sometimes pop a podcast on. Right, great stream for the Tenor haters, which, as far as I can tell, there's no one in this chat. Everyone seems to love Tenor here. Good night, Artistin. Okay, let's go. Fuck. I can lose anyone. It just has to not be Susie. Fuck. Okay, okay. Oh, you know what? Here's a good bit of gaming news. Roblox has lost $70 billion in value as the company blames a lack of viral games. Roblox is finally losing its grip on the youth a little, and fucking needs to happen. That place is absolutely fucking god awful. It is not good that Roblox is as much of a monolith in children's lives as it is. I will take that as a win. Why did Roblox have ever have $70 billion to lose? Because it is the most played video game on the planet by a factor of like 100 times. Like, you think of like Fortnite or Minecraft or like Call of Duty. Roblox has like 100 times more daily players than any of them. Roblox is the video game that children globally are playing. Genuinely, like, people underestimate how absolutely universe capturing Roblox was. Let me have a look quickly. How many daily active players Roblox? Let me get the number. Roblox reported 132 million average daily players globally in Q1 of this year. Slightly down from a peak of around 151 million in late 2025. Lost about 20 million players, daily active players, due to new safety and age verification rollouts. But yeah, 130 to 150 million average daily players. Okay. Let's do this, let's do this. Okay. Aha, there we go. Perfect. Okay, okay, okay. 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 Okay, okay, we've lost Ralsei. Ralsei became a pile of fluff. Okay. Okay. I had so few turns in which I didn't rule buster that time. I was rule bustering most of my turns. I kept all 3 alive through the first 5 rounds. That was a really good attempt. I would say that is probably the best attempt I have had. It's not the furthest I've gotten, but it's the most consistent damage application I've done. I'm timing my bonus damage presses at the wrong time. I'm not getting the bonus damage presses, but this was a good attempt. Okay. I can definitely do this. Oh god, without the Shadow Mantle it'd be terrible, but that's why we went and got the Shadow Mantle, obviously. Oh, I bought slightly better armor for Ralsei, and I've not equipped it. Fuck. Could I be attacking with more... Could I be doing it faster if I was doing more damage? Maybe. Okay, there we go, there we go. hate the sideways one. Fucking hate the sideways one. Ugh. I'm getting pretty decent at the top to bottom teeth. It's the teeth on the side that I find harder to process. Would turning my head for a minute help? Yeah, I will equip that Ralsei armor. Yeah, having some revival items would have really fucking helped. I wish I'd realized that I should hold on to those for this. Being able to get an occasional revive when I fucked up and lost Susie would really help. I'm gonna go and double and triple check that there's nowhere I can buy revival items from. I don't think there are, but... Okay, a little bit of a defense boost. If Chris is alone, they start dealing more damage to the knight. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna double check the vending machines here. Okay, this is just to sell things. I've checked the one in here, I think, haven't I? I don't think there was another one. No, I went and saw the bonus scene in the gacha room, which means that I can't do the gacha anymore. We went and saw the secret scene in there that requires destroying the gacha machine, so that's on me, wanting to see extra content. Okay. Let's breathe. Okay. Okay. Let's give this a go. Okay. Way better. Okay. Okay. Ah. Okay. Okay. Give it at least one or two more attempts. North wind blows, your vision narrows, your chest feels tight, you feel lightheaded, you saw golden stars. Sounds like someone about to faint or have a heart attack. This does continue to make me think that maybe chapter 5 of the Weird Route is what's going on with the Roaring Night. Okay. This might be the last attempt I do on stream tonight. We'll probably go till past at least. I wanted to finish chapter 3 on stream today, but if we can finish it this week, that'll work. I knew beating the Roaring Night was going to be some work. Going to take a while. Hold breath. Defend, defend. Okay. How's progress going? I've had a couple of really good runs and a lot of so-so runs. You know how it goes. Oh yeah, all of our theories probably will be wrong, but, you know. Okay, we lost Rouse, but that is the best I've done at the sideways teeth. I will take that as a win. Okay. Chris is down. Chris can get back up. I like being in the bottom left of the screen for the teeth stat. There's usually a break in the bullets there. King Kyle, would you say that is true for both the sideways and the bottom, right, like the left to right and the top to bottom? You go for the bottom left in both? If so, I'll give it a try. Rouse and Susie are both immediately pushed to -999. It's only Chris that seems to be resistant to that. I'll try bottom left and see how it goes. No, Chris isn't wearing the Shadow Mantle. Susie is. Yeah, I know you've got to be not in the center because that's where the slash happens and you'll take damage. I'm not great at doing it, but... Yeah, I've been doing the bottom right corner mostly when the stars are happening. I'll try... Yeah, it's not to do with... Chris, inherently, Shadow Mantle or not, gets knocked to a low... like, doesn't get knocked as far down in health. Which feels like it's probably narratively significant. Okay, hey, Colonel Cavalio. How you doing? Okay, let's breathe. Breathe, we can do this. Okay. Okay. Okay, the next one would be... Okay. Next would be the one where we have to dodge the teeth. Oh! Okay, no, it's not... Okay. The first 2 or 3 that dropped, I did think bottom left was going to be just like a guaranteed safe spot where it's like just hang out there and move a little to the... Right, I'm going to stick with what I've been doing, which is on the edge, near the middle, take a diagonal to the left or right, depending on where there's a gap. Give myself 2 directions I can flee to. It's what was working previously. I'm going to trust it to keep working. Breathing. Okay. Okay, we'll breathe. Easy breathe. Relax. Okay. Okay, let's go. Lock in. Bottom right corner. This is the one with the swords. Okay. Susie. Then we root buster, then we defend. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Onward, homie, let's go. Bordrella says, I recall it took me 3 days initially. I don't think it's going to take me 3 days. I'm at the very least confident I'll have this done by Friday when we stream again. I might end up doing some of this in the daytime tomorrow. And my day tomorrow was mostly edit another Where Everybody's Gone Before, publish a Where Everybody's Gone Before, get a tattoo done, and do a dice funk in the evening. So I've got some time to lock in and do some attempts of this. And I will probably do better at it. Let's be honest, I'll probably do better at it off stream because stream attacks is a thing. The awareness of I gotta be entertaining and engaging for people on the internet does inevitably have an impact on game playing ability. The sword always not that bad. It's the teeth that gets me, really. It's closing out of the game really fast than just doing the normal death menu. No, well that's the problem, is there is no death menu here. Because this fight, there are two endings. There is you win the fight, and there is you lose the fight. And the game continues if you lose the fight, but you don't get the item for beating them. If I want to beat them rather than lose, I have to reset the game. Because if I hit, there is no, like, I died, I hit restart. The game continues if he beats you for this one. Ponius the Wolf Dude, thank you very much for popping in. It's lovely to see you. I did 5,893 damage, the most I've done so far. Can I say something? Sure, you can say something. Okay, let's go. Let's go. I'll say this, V. If it's about the fact that after you reload the save, a death menu shows up. Does it? Or are you talking about after I've completed the chapter already? Because if I've completed the chapter already, you can do faster resets. But that doesn't happen unless you complete the chapter first, and I haven't completed the chapter. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure the thing you're describing isn't appearing for me because I haven't completed the chapter. I mean, after dying. Okay, I'll look at it in a second, but I'm pretty sure there's no reload menu after I die in this fight. Okay, you're down. That's fine, though. But yeah, there is. I'm pretty sure there isn't. Okay, go on. This fucking sideways. I hate when it's sideways. I need some way to do it better. Okay. The first time you die, you will get the chapter end, and then when you reload the save after that, you get the reload. So yeah, no, the chapter just keeps going, right? Yeah, the chapter just continues. This is why the only opportunity to get back on to save files is to continue on. Which you don't want. Yeah, this is why I'm resetting. Because I want to beat the Shadow Knight. That's why I'm resetting. Let's give it one more go. One more go. Yeah, I know that the quick restart exists if you've already completed the chapter, but I am too autistically stubborn about doing things in the correct order to do that. So, because this is my first time through the chapter, and I don't want to continue the chapter in order to get that, maybe it's supposed to be done a different way. I forget how it happened. It happens if you complete the chapter. If you complete the chapter and then go back, you can have quick restart. But I am autistic, and there is an order of things in my head, which is I do the fight and then I continue. And if I don't do it that way around, my nervous system is going to feel like I'm under attack. It is irrational, but that's what autism is. I remember finishing up Chapter 3 and then reloading the save. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can complete Chapter 3 and then reload the save to come do this. What I'm saying is, I haven't completed Chapter 3, and I don't intend to until I win this fight. I know that it is perhaps not logical, but I would prefer to do this fight now and then finish the chapter, rather than feel like I'm doing it in the wrong order. What I'm saying is, without having finished Chapter 3, there is no quick reset. That's why I'm resetting. NK Man asks which town I picked to start in Final Fantasy XIV. I don't know the name of it, but I can show you it in a minute. Before we finish the stream, I'll boot Final Fantasy XIV up so you can see the place that I started, if that helps. I don't remember the names of places yet. You can give a general description and I'll know. Yeah, here's the thing. I can't give you a general description because I don't remember enough visual specifics to describe it because of the aphantasia, the lack of visual memory. I cannot describe it well enough that you would know what it is. I'm going to have to load it up. Limsa Leoncina, it's tied to your starting job. That sounds correct. I think I've seen that name. I wasn't sure if it was tied to your starting job or if it was the god you chose. Okay, let's... Lux Dinner, Broodbuster... The Lux Dinner... Okay, there we go, there we go. Okay, everyone's still alive. Okay, that's good. Buster, everyone is still alive. Okay, okay, everyone is still alive. Okay. Okay, okay, let's do it. Come on, come on. Come on. Oh god. It's the fucking mental reset required for that switching teeth mode. Okay, okay, we can try again. We can try again. Ooh. Yeah, I'll load up Final Fantasy 14 before I finish anyway, just to show you what the Switch 2 version ultimately looks like. Uh, okay. Look, I used to do MMO endgame raids. I can do the pattern recognition shit that's queuing up all of your hotbar abilities back to back. I know how MMOs be. Okay. Okay, we remember to do the big hit. Okay. Fuck, already down. Okay. I'm gonna go in and do another attempt, but I'm gonna give myself a little break. I'll give myself a little reset. I'm gonna load up Final Fantasy 14 on Switch 2 just for like a minute to be like, hey, here's how it runs. Just to give myself a second to breathe. Yeah, it boots up the launcher, yeah. You can use the Joy-Cons as a mouse, which is pretty cool. Like, yeah, there we go. I have a mouse for my my MMO, which I think is pretty cool. I appreciate that, and that it just works very simply. I wonder if a keyboard works. I imagine it probably does if you plug it in. I get the impression if you plug a keyboard in, it'll probably do. But also the control scheme is not bad. We have to wait just a minute for a spot in the queue. And then I will get back into Deltarune and we'll attempt that fight one more time. There we go. I can show you the visuals and performance. It looks... yeah, it looks fine. It runs fine. There you go. It's Final Fantasy XIV. It is a perfectly adequate Final Fantasy XIV. It's not running at a locked 60, but it's, I think, at about 45 FPS. For a version that can be played on a handheld, on a portable handheld screen, I think this is pretty decent. It is a perfectly respectable experience of Final Fantasy XIV, I think. Got your hotbars, etc. Yeah, you basically got R2 brings up this hotbar of 8. You can make it a larger hotbar as well, where you can have double tap brings up a larger hotbar. But by default, R2 brings up a 8 combat hotbar slots. L2 brings up 8 non-combat hotbar slots for a total of 16 hotbar things quick on the go. And then you can just pull up the mouse to be like, open the play guide in your default web browser. I guess it has a default web browser. Yeah, not that you get much, but yeah, you've got mouse controls, so you can just be like using your mouse to hit your quick bar things if you want. You can also rotate between different quick hotbar sets. So if you want to have like multiple sets of things on your hotbar to swap between, you can do it that way, which is, I think, a reasonable way of doing controller MMO controls. Yeah, it's not a bad port. Okay, let's go one more attempt. This is going to be the last attempt I do on stream tonight before I take a break and do some other bits. Get on with my other work bits I have to do for tonight and then go get some sleep. Oh, I keep hearing about the new Eli Roth horror film, The Ice Cream Man, being absolutely fucking terrible. More than once today I have heard the sentiment, watching that film has retroactively made every film I've ever watched before a little bit better in hindsight. I'm like, wow, that is, beautiful. That sure is a sentiment. Yeah, I've heard it uses AI. I've heard it has some particularly distasteful dialogue in it. The one bit I'm aware of is there is a point where a 12-year-old girl throws up and then says the line, I'm a 12-year-old girl, of course I know how to make myself throw up. Implying, all 12-year-old girls have eating disorders. It's just pretty fucking tasteless. It's pretty rough. Yeah, it's a bad fucking film. It's a bad fucking film. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, it's pretty awful. Okay, let's go. look at the screen as broadly as I can. Ah, fuck. Okay, didn't mean to do that, but that's fine. Okay. Let's go. Okay. 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 One more. I can do this. I can do this. Okay. I'll move this over to this screen. I'm gonna full screen this. Gonna give ourselves a bigger screen. I'm gonna move the chat off of the main window. The mouse off the screen as well. Second. Okay. Okay. Lean forward a bit. This is the one. Okay, we're one character down, which really fucking sucks, but we're going to try and do it anyway. Last attempt for the night. How's the Pokopia DLC? It's got some nice quality of life stuff, like being able to access some of your create boxes that storage boxes that can be accessed from multiple locations, which is really good for building materials, not clogging up your pockets. It lets you go underwater and breathe underwater, which is cool. It's basically just another area, new Pokemon to collect, and you can now like get little dress-up options for your Pokemon, which is really cool. It's more Pokopia. That's all I really wanted it to be, was an excuse to go back to Pokopia and play more Pokopia, you know? Okay. Come on. Okay. I'm not going to get this tonight. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I'll be back streaming on Friday at around 9 p.m. UK, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. It'll either be more fights against the Roaring Knight, or I'll play footage of me beating the Roaring Knight, and then we'll go through and finish chapter 3 of Deltarune. I gave it a good go. I gave it a good couple of hours. I think I will do better coming back to this after some sleep, after letting the muscle memory have time to set in overnight. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I'll be back on Friday to... I'll be able to show off my cool new tattoo, because that'll be, like, right there, so that'll be fun.